Well, Rakesh, thanks so much for having us. I'm Tony Zorc. I'm the CEO and founder of Accounting Seed. I'm going to just give you a brief overview of doing accounting or going what we call end-to-end on the Salesforce platform and talk about the benefits of that and then answer any questions that you may have. We have about 30 minutes, so we'll try to wrap up about 12:25 and allow for about 5 minutes of questions. But thanks again for joining us today. We're excited to have you. Okay, just a little bit about myself. I founded Accounting Seed in 2008. My background is I'm a certified public accountant. I worked in public accounting and then in private accounting and kind of worked my way up the corporate ladder. I decided my passion was really automating accounting with technology, and there's not a lot of people who like to do that, so that made it easy to start a company and have fun doing that. Accounting Seed's done extremely well. We're the #1 accounting application on Salesforce, have been for several years in a row. We are, continuously growing. I'm also an author. I'm doing a book with Forbes.com, with Forbes. It's called Iconoclasm, the Cure to the Post-Pandemic Economy. I'd love for you all to check out my book when it comes out soon. And you can follow me at tonyzorc.com, visit my website, and I've got my social media channels there as well. Okay, so why I started Accounting Seed was that I was really frustrated with accounting technology and how it worked. But more importantly, in around 2008, I had about 6 companies come to me with the same question. At the time, I was a Microsoft Dynamics reseller. I focused mainly on 2 products, Microsoft Dynamics GP and SL, Great Plains and Solomon, which were these products that Microsoft acquired. And the same question came up about 6 times in a row around the 2005, 6, 7 kind of time frame, where customers were asking me, hey, we have this great platform, Salesforce.com. Can you integrate our accounting system to it? And I'm like, no, I don't know anything about Salesforce. What's that? And after, a while, those customers kept coming back. Is there any way you can help us? We love this Salesforce product, but we got to get the accounting talking to it. And I said, well, all right, I'll give it a shot. I don't know anything about the Salesforce as long as you're okay with paying me to learn it, and they did. And so I jumped in, and as I jumped into the Salesforce platform, I was absolutely blown away as to what it could do. It was light years ahead of the technology I was using, right? To add a data table in SQL Server and the back end of these Microsoft products was, multiple steps, took developer level talent, that type of thing. And to do it in Salesforce was just clicks. And this kept just going on and on. And so where it kind of went is I did do integrations. I was trying to do bi-directional syncs with accounting systems, and all the customers came back kind of with the same, same idea and same kind of feedback to me, which was, thanks for your hard work, Tony, but this is a horrible solution. We don't really like it. And I was like, why? Why don't you like this solution? I worked so hard on it. And they're like, well, every time, we have duplicate data in these 2 databases. We can't keep them current. We have to keep all the master data up to date in both systems. And then we need to move transactions back and forth between the systems. And it's basically impossible to keep it going. Every time a connection or a configuration happens, it breaks the connection, and then we're back into syncing. And then we have this huge labor exercise of reconciling all this data between the 2 systems. So it's very time intensive. It's low quality solution. And, I'm like, well, as I got into Salesforce, I was blown away, and I said, you know what, it'd be easier to build an accounting solution on this Salesforce platform and remove this whole integration problem, then keep doing the syncing. And that's the birth of Accounting Seed, and that's how it got started. So Accounting Seed was built on this mindset to be easy to integrate, be as flexible. We purposely built it in a very similar way to Salesforce, in that we really wanted it to be like CRM. We saw what Salesforce did with the front office, which is, nobody's CRM is really the same way. Everyone's running it a bit differently. Accounting is similar in that respect. There are some features like a bank reconciliation, or maybe a profit and loss statement, or maybe paying bills, that type of thing, that are universal, and everyone's kind of doing them the same way. But there's lots and lots of steps before that, and even steps after that, that companies are doing that are very different, and how they want to connect and end in those processes that are very different. And that's where Accounting Seed's really been left as our mission, is to be an open architecture application. So what that means is you have that same, if I can do it in Salesforce, I should be able to do it in Accounting Seed. And we've kept that mindset. We've been very careful and thoughtful as to how we build our application, so you can do that. And that's not the case for every application on the Salesforce App Exchange. Some of them are very locked down. They're not really anything you can change, and that's okay, maybe for the strategy that that company is employing. But this is not the case with Accounting Seed. It's extremely flexible. It's open. The full tool set they have with Salesforce, you're able to use with our product too. So we've been very successful over the years. We have over 1,000 customers, over 320 reviews on the App Exchange. We're international now, growing very well through this pandemic. Very thankful for that, but we continue to grow. We are one of the top rated accounting systems now, not just on Salesforce, but all around. We also just made the Inc. 5000 this year. So a lot of success with the team. It's grown a lot over the years, and it's been a really exciting journey. So there are really three kind of ways to leverage Accounting Seed with Salesforce, and I'm going to get into that today, talk about the functions, and also give you a bit of a small demonstration of the app, show you around how it works. So those three ways are listed on here. So end-to-end on Salesforce, that's where you're really running your whole solution on the Force.com platform. So you're running your CRM, your service, your operations, and your accounting all together on a single platform. This is what we do with our company. And this is, I would say, this is probably 80 to 90% of the customers doing Accounting Seed are doing this. And that's what makes it so powerful. So when you're running end-to-end on a single platform, you have really what we call one version of the truth. So there is no duplicate data anywhere. The whole organization is working to correct the same data set. And then you can start running analytics on it because you're working with a single object model, single data table set. And the relationships between that data are typically very straightforward on Salesforce. And this is what makes it a real game changer. Then you can automate things from front to back, back to front, whatever you need to do. You can audit and reconcile that data in just minutes compared to working with multiple clouds, or what also is referred to as a Franken cloud solution, where you're trying to tie a bunch of things together. So that's the primary way that folks use Accounting Seed on Salesforce. The second is really as what we call a cloud ERP, meaning we do have several customers that don't need CRM. It's not a part of their business. Either maybe they don't have a direct sales force. They're maybe in retail. They're maybe in e-commerce. And then maybe they don't also have a huge service component to their business. And there are lots of companies like this, specifically in construction and maybe things like government contracting, those type of things. So they are using Accounting Seed really as their mission critical application, and really running it as an ERP system. And then they're building out the things they need with the Salesforce tool set on Accounting Seed, but they're not necessarily using maybe the front end of Salesforce or the service component. And we sell to companies either way. We can sell to you if you're an existing Salesforce customer, or we can sell to you if you are not on Salesforce. We can bundle Force.com licenses in with our application either way. So we're happy to help you either way. The third way we see customers using accounting seed is building a subledger on Salesforce. So that's the idea. It's a subledger in the accounting world is basically a set of functions around a subset of the business that you're running. So let's say, you know, maybe an example is, let's say we're running a nonprofit that does, you know, Habitat for Humanity, something like that, that builds homes, that they have a bunch of information, procurement and whatnot going on in their main ERP system. But let's say they want to run their donations through and create a donation subledger on Salesforce with accounting seed. So that could be something like donations are not a main part of the overall operation, or it's a subset of the features that they need. And they can actually use accounting seed with that specific function and create what we call a subledger. So a subledger basically bundles up all the accounting entries into a real simple journal, what we call a journal entry, where that can feed into your general ledger. So it takes all the complexity. You're using a product like accounting seed to take all the complexity out of that subledger and really simplify it for the parent company's general ledger. So that's another way to use the product as well. And then we have people who start as a subledger and then go end to end on Salesforce or go full cloud ERP. So some of these are not mutually exclusive, or they're kind of a journey that people take. A billing subledger is often, you know, the case if you have a specialized billing for a segment of the business organization. That's fairly common too. So the way accounting seed works is like other AppExchange products, and it's fully, you can use accounting seed with any other AppExchange product. It's really friendly to use with things like TaskRay or DocuSign or Conga, all those things. But the Salesforce is the core. We ride on top of Salesforce. We do have different industry or country compliance applications that are extension packages that sit on top of accounting seed, sometimes for what country you may be in, or specific needs or specific integrations. And then of course you can put your own unique customizations on top of accounting seed in Salesforce, just like you can with Salesforce. And that's why people love it so much, because of that flexibility. All right, so a lot of people ask, hey, how do you work with the other Salesforce modules? What are the common ways you do it? So this table kind of outlines that. So a lot of folks using Sales Cloud on Salesforce will use accounting seed for accounts receivable and billing, inventory and orders and projects. Those are common connection points. And then they're typically using the full back end of it. So the banking, the general ledger, accounts payable, accounts receivable. We have a special integration with a Salesforce Nonprofit Success Pack, and that allows you to use the full donation management features of that package, but then use accounting seed for your general ledger and banking. And it's a really beautiful solution. You're able to run end to end on the single platform. With Field Service Lightning, we have a special connector as well that you can bill a work order, or you can create a sales order right off of a work order, so, and pull product. So it's a very popular connector we have. But you can also build your own. It can work with, you know, any other Salesforce native application. We do work with things like Salesforce Billing, or you can also build your own custom application, and we see this all the time, and you can choose how you want to integrate to accounting seed, which is often, you know, accounts receivable, the general ledger, or accounts payable. So those are all really common ways people connect, but there's really no rules. It's up to you. We also do what we call trust accounting, where we have organizations doing accounting for other folks. So let's say you are holding money for somebody. If you're a bank or a lender, you can use the product in that way. And we see all kinds of different use cases. And that's what really attracts a lot of people to our product, is its flexibility. They often, you know, don't fit, you know, the thing they're trying to do with their current cloud doesn't quite fit. And they're able to mold and tailor accounting seed to their exact needs, and or they're running multiple business models. They're running this type of a business and that type of business, and they can't find a system that will accommodate both those businesses. So the solutions that come on to Salesforce and accounting seed and do it all in a single platform. So a lot of people ask, what our core functionality is. So it's really right here in front of you. So we have our general ledger, which we are multi-currency, multi-company. We handle budgeting and financial reporting. We are directly connected to over 15,000 banks and credit card companies, so you can import your bank. We have a direct connection to your bank, a nightly job that goes, grabs your bank transactions, bring them in automatically. It will even classify them for you. It's a really nice solution. We, of course, bill your customers, collect payments. We are integrated to Stripe. That comes into Accounting Seed, but there are also other payment options. We have a full digital checking, disbursements solution, as well as we do handle orders and inventory. So we can handle kitting or serialized or bundling of an inventory. And we have very strong project accounting. So if you are classifying things in groups, we're able to do that. And we're also, as I mentioned, integrated to Stripe, Avalara for taxes, banks and payroll as well. And everything in accounting can be put out in portals as well. So all the platform functionality that you get with Salesforce works with Accounting Seed. So custom fields and objects, the interface, security, any point and click automation, chatter works with everything, document management. It's fully multi-tenant. It does support all the multiple environments that'll copy down. And it's got a robust API. So it uses the Salesforce API, but we have our own methods and global classes on top of that you can call to automate things. And of course, these are all solutions, partners that are Force.com native apps that we work with very well, very common. And then a lot of folks ask, what industry does, Accounting Seed tailor to? Are you, for the financial services industry? Are you for nonprofits? No, we are completely horizontal. We work with every different industry. We do have partners that take our product and actually sell it in specific industries as well. And we have very strong, partner program too. We have 2 different types of partners. We have app partners as well as really 3 different types of partners. We have reseller partners, app partners, and also integration partners. So that's all available too at our website if you're interested. All right, let me just go ahead and jump into the product and show you just a little bit around here. All right. So when you come into Accounting Seed, to install Accounting Seed takes just a few minutes. You click on the link, you're good to go. It is a native app, so it's gonna sit right inside of Salesforce. Everything that you need to run the back office we have in this accounting home, but you can easily navigate to all the windows as well. Let's just take a look at an account together real quick. So an account, of course, is the customer or vendor in Salesforce. It's the master record, but everything you need to see with that account from an opportunity standpoint or cases, you can see right with Salesforce. But Accounting Seed is going to add all these additional tables like your sales invoices, your billings, your cash receipts, what you received applied against those. We do have full recurring billing capability. And of course, we can handle things like sales orders, purchase orders, payable invoices or invoices to vendors. And we can create statements from that. We can manage your payment methods, all those types of things. And then if we look at an opportunity together too, right from an opportunity in Salesforce, you can go right into Accounting Seed. You can create a project, you can create a billing, you can create a recurring billing or sales order. So it's really friendly just to take a button click off of that, you're into the back office, right away. Now Accounting Seed comes with, it's going to work. It's built so it works really well with the native Salesforce reporting tools, like dashboards and what we call, the Salesforce report writer. So Accounting Seed's object model and relationships have all been structured to work really well with those. Let me go ahead and just pull up a dashboard here. All right. So this will just kind of give you an idea of what it looks like here. So with the dashboards, of course, these are just standard Salesforce functionality, but this is all your back office data, like if you're looking at profitability for projects or open accounts payable or, what average days pay by client, you know, expense by department. These are all just widgets that you can set up, and the accounting suite comes configured with a dashboard and about 30 reports, but it's very easy to use. And then we also have, though, our own financial reporter built into the product too. So these financial reports are a little bit different than the standard Salesforce reports. And these types of reports aren't really easy to do on Salesforce because they're really specific to accounting. So everything in accounting, at the end of the day, you're doing these transactions, but they roll up into a couple primary reports. And that's really your profit and loss and your balance sheet. So it's important to make sure that those work real well. So if you go into our financial reporter, you can see we've got a profit and loss versus budget. We do have a balance sheet here. A trial balance is an accountant's report that's very important to them, as well as a cash flow statement. And we have the ability to do ledger inquiry, as well as we have our own custom reports that you can create custom profit and loss, custom balance sheet. But with all of our reports, they all have drill down capability. So you can come in, launch them, you can print them, export them to Excel. Or if you want to see what's in an actual cell here, this is looking at a profit and loss by period. The periods are here, the totals here. You can click a link and drill down into those transactions, super easy. Okay, so I know we wanted to allow for some time for questions, so I'm just going to wrap up here. But again, everything you know, it's a big product, so there's a lot to show. If you are interested, we'd love to have you learn more. We have a ton available on our website at accountingc.com. You can request a demo. You can find out more. We have our full knowledge base here, as well as several guides on how to evaluate accounting systems. We have a whole university, and we have a great social media presence too. So we've got tons of great videos on YouTube. Encourage you to check them out at accountingc.com, and also our other social media channels. So